Hey eBay sellers, it's Suzanne A. Wells, and thanks for coming back for another BOLO video. BOLO stands for Be on the Lookout, and as promised, I'm continuing to build my top 100 items playlist on YouTube. So if you want a consolidated version of all of these BOLOs, you can go to this playlist. The link is below the video. And the videos are organized by type of item. So we've got clothing, and then shoes, toys, baby items, mugs, household and kitchen items, collectibles, and random items. So this is a great way to learn about the types of items to look for when you're out sourcing, and they're all consolidated here in one place. The topic of this video is brown bag cookie molds. These have been popping up on the Money Making Monday thread every week, and some of these can sell for over $100 if they are rare or limited edition, but all of them are collectible, and here's why. They're kind of primitive looking, they're flat, they're made of clay, and I'm just on Google Images here so you can see kind of what they look like. But what's interesting here is these are a collectible. Some sell for a lot of money, and they're not being made anymore. So if we go over to this blog I found, and this is how I do research on figuring out what is limited edition or hard to find, not made anymore, is looking at what's out there on blogs, because eBay doesn't always tell you the whole story. But anyway, this lady has a blog called Little Cabin Creations, and she's talking about these brown bag cookie molds. And if we go down here, she says she's been collecting these since the early 80s. They were created and produced by Lucy Natkeel beginning in '83 and ending with her retirement in 2006. So that means that none have been made since 2006. So there's a limited number of these out there. All brown bag cookie molds have been retired and are sought after by collectors and bakers from around the world. I have enjoyed making cookies, hand-cast paper ornaments, molded chocolates, other things. And she says right here, molds can be found on eBay. So we've got collectors out there sending other people to eBay to buy these things that are no longer made. So that's a good thing. Okay, here we are on eBay looking at active listings. I wanted to show you the number of active listings versus the solds, because this is one of those things that is not extremely plentiful like you would find with products like Coach handbags or Levi's jeans. It's easier to make money on things that are limited in number. And that's one reason I make all these videos about high profit items, $100 items, BOLO items, because yes, you do need some bread and butter items that are fillers, that are good sellers all the time to keep your store moving. But the big scores are usually items that are limited in number. And that's what I want those of you in this to make money to understand, is you don't have to work yourself to death listing 12, 14 hours a day. If you are more mindful and deliberate about what you're buying, you're going to make more money on the back end of the process, because you're going to know more and you're going to choose items that are limited in number, therefore creating a higher profit. So here we have active listings. There are just over 2,500 active listings, and I just put in brown bag cookie because some people call it a mold, some people call it brown bag cookie art, they call them cookie stamps. So there's a lot of different names. So there may even be some results in this search that are not exactly brown bag cookie molds that I'm talking about, but you get the idea. So let's go down and switch over to sold items, and I have these sorted by highest price in descending order. and there are 461 results for sold items. So again, these smaller numbers indicate a more niche item, and it doesn't mean you won't find it. It just means eBay is not covered up with those items. And again, this is exactly why I don't focus on things that everybody else is selling, because especially the handbag business, the high end, the designer stuff, a lot of it's fake. You know, this is never going to be fake. No one's going to take the time to fake these. But that's what you have to realize, especially if you're new, is how many competitors do I have? How hard is it going to be to sell this based on how many are available on eBay? So here right at the top we have the Mermaid brown bag cookie art mold 1983 rare and retired with the recipe booklet. She sold for $255, and this is the kind of thing that's going to be jumbled up in the back with all of the odds and ends. I've seen these with the planters because the employees don't really know what these are. I've seen them with the arts and crafts. I've seen them in the cooking section. That's pretty much where they should go, but you just never know who's putting the items on the shelf and what they know. And there's a lot of turnover in these thrift stores, so there's not a whole lot of time for the employees or volunteers to learn what things are. So this is one of those items that kind of gets shuffled around and could be anywhere. I've seen them next to the candles, in with the office supplies. It just could get stuck anywhere. So that's part of the fun of this, is the treasure hunt. What are you going to find and where's it going to be? We have another rare one here that is the elephant, and they took a best offer on that, so we can't see the price. Here is the mermaid again, $149. Here is the squirrels. They sold for $134.50. Here's the mermaid again, $122.50. Here is a palm tree, $113.61. This is a lot of 10 of them, so if you found a whole bunch together, you could investigate which is the best way to sell that individually or as a lot. Here is a wheelbarrow. Looks like a gardening theme. That one went for $89.99. Here's another rare one, a bunny, went for $77.99. So you get the idea on that these are collectible because they're not being made anymore, and they're getting up to be about 30 years old, 35 years old. So vintage and collectible, and people do different things with them. They make cookies, they make chocolates, they display them as a collection in their kitchen. They could use them as Christmas ornaments, all kinds of different things. And then we also have the stamps, and these don't really sell for as much in my experience. I'm sure there are exceptions to that rule, but just look those up if you find them. I have found them before and just wasn't worth buying them based on the price the thrift store had. Maybe they had $4 on it and it sold for $15, so I just didn't buy it. And then here we have a lot again that went for, we don't know because it was best offer. Here is the sheep that went for $45. That lion seems to be popular. He's really cute. Here's a shortbread cookie pan that went for $53. So these come in all shapes and sizes and designs and themes. If you flip it over on the back, you will see where it says brown bag, cookie art, and the date. So you'll know you have the real thing because this will be on the back of it. So I hope you learned something in this video. Would love your comments. If you have found this item, did you know about this item? Have you sold this item? Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.